Hey guys, what's up? It's Cuber, and in this video we have another Puzzlcrate unboxing. This is the August box, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so there are two puzzles in here. One of them is the Chi Ancient Coin Cube, which I believe is this one, and then the other one is the MFJS Pandora Cube, which is this one. So we'll go ahead and start out with the Pandora Cube. Let's read about it first. It says, believe it or not, this newly released and beautiful looking puzzle is actually just a normal 3x3. The center pieces have been enlarged and the corners have been extended in a way that creates this unique design, which makes the puzzle look much more challenging than it actually is. If you know how to solve a normal 3x3, this Pandora Cube solves the exact same. As usual, Moyu has given us another high quality and fun puzzle. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the puzzle. This definitely has a very cool look to it, but like the card said, it's just a normal 3x3. So here is what it looks like. Yeah, so this is a very, very cool puzzle. It doesn't seem like it should be able to turn because the cuts don't line up at all, and it doesn't really look much like a normal 3x3, but if you look at it this way, here's your center, your four edges, and your four corners, it makes sense. And then here we'll go ahead and try a turn. That is what a turn looks like. So you can see that the corners are basically just moving over top of the rest of the puzzle, which is super cool. But turning is incredibly smooth. As you can see, it moves really well. Finger tricking is going to be kind of tricky because you can't really grip the middle of the cube like you would on a normal 3x3 because you're going to get caught on the corners like that. But it is very possible to finger trick. Yeah, overall it just looks really, really cool. So this puzzle does kind of slightly remind me of a Venus cube. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. It's an old Mefferts puzzle that you don't really see very often. This one is of course a much more like squared off version of that, and it's not pillowed or anything like that, but that puzzle also is just a normal 3x3, just with some very different cuts, but the puzzle still moves and functions just like a normal 3x3 would. For some reason this puzzle feels pretty small to me. I want to compare it to a normal 3x3. So it is the exact same size, but I think for some reason when I saw it in pictures, I just thought it was going to be bigger, but it makes sense that it would be the same size as a 3x3. It's just got really weird proportions. You know, you've got these really big centers and these triangular corners, and then these like pyramid type edges. You know, when you kind of expose a middle layer like this, you can see what the edges look like. They're kind of curved along the side that the corners, the path of the corners follow. So I want to see if I can get an edge piece out. I don't know if that's really going to be possible with the corners in the way. I wonder if I could take okay, I can take a corner cap off. I wonder if I can take the piece out though. Okay, I'm taking more pieces out without actually taking the piece out, so I think I'm just gonna stop there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scramble it up and do a solve. Alright, so I'm not sure if a speed solve is really gonna be like able to be done on this, but we'll just go ahead and try it anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, you kind of can do some finger tricks on it. It's not too difficult. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. There we go. See if we can... Oh yeah, middle slices are pretty much not possible at all. You don't really have anything to grip. So we have this Z-perm here, so I'm going to have to do it the long way, like this. There we go. Yeah, so that solve definitely wasn't too bad. It's a bit weird holding the layers slightly differently like this and just having different shaped layers basically, because you have these things sticking down on you, you know, whenever you're making a turn with the corner pieces. So it is a little bit strange, but it's a very cool looking puzzle. Yeah, it's gonna look great on the shelf, and it's very cool that it is just a 3x3 shape mod, you know? Pure 3x3 shape mods don't really come up that often, especially ones that are cube shaped and, you know, also turn nicely, you know? It's like, those you don't see too often, so it's really cool to see one like that. Alright, so next up we have the Chi Ancient Coin Cube, which we'll read about first. So it says, similar to the Pentacle Cube, this ancient coin cube has rotatable centers. Once the centers are all aligned properly, the corners are also able then to twist. This puzzle looks great and is of very high quality. The centers of this puzzle are designed to look like an ancient coin, which is how it got its name. Beginner cubers should have no problem solving this puzzle, and even expert puzzlers will enjoy its clicky turning and playability. Alright, so I'm very excited to check this one out. As soon as I saw a picture of it, I was intrigued. The Pentacle Cube is one of my favorite latest twisty puzzles that's like non-WCA. It's just such a unique design that you have faces that rotate and can only be moved once all of them are aligned in a specific way. That one is kind of like face turning though. Once you align all the stars, you can move a layer. But in this case, I'd imagine if you align all the corners like that, yeah, you can do a corner turn. So if you align the faces, rather, all to be lined up like this, you can do corner turns. But the interesting thing with this one, unlike the Pentacle Cube, if you align all the faces like this, all the corners can turn like simultaneously, as you can see here, which is not possible on the Pentacle Cube at all. You have to align it every single time you want to make a turn. So that definitely should make this puzzle a bit easier. The Pentacle Cube was kind of tedious, especially trying to do any kind of algorithm, because every single time you wanted to make a different move, you had to align like 4 of the sides. As long as you kind of keep all of them like this and then do full like center rotations like this, you'll always be able to turn all of the pieces. One thing I am noticing about this puzzle is a very slight rattle. So it does feel like there's a loose piece of plastic in there somewhere. It's not really enough of a bother for me to go like fishing it out or something like that, but it is noticeable. But the turning is really good. I don't think I mentioned that. It's incredibly smooth. This level of turning is pretty much expected from Chi at this point for their non-WCA puzzles. They make some of the highest quality non-WCA out there, which is super awesome. But yeah, I'm really excited to just give this puzzle a shot. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about solving it, but I think it should be relatively intuitive. So we'll go ahead and try it out. Alright, so I'll say that is a pretty sufficient scramble right there. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is rotate all of the corners so they match with their centers. So then after we do that, I think it's just going to be pretty simple to rotate up the pieces, rotate them into place, and turn the corners back. So we can just do that for like, let's say all the yellow on here. And because you can rotate the faces, there's no like orbits or anything. It's just, yeah, it's very simple to just rotate pieces up into place. So you can just do something like that. And there we go, our yellow is done. All right, now we'll just go ahead and throw in some red pieces here. There we go, our red is done. Now we'll move on to blue. And there we go, blue is done. Now for white, we'll go ahead and do white next. Alright, and now just the last two right here. Should be pretty simple to finish out. Just like that. And the puzzle is done. Yeah, so definitely pretty straightforward, not too complicated at all. The fact that you can just turn the faces just makes it like pretty much super easy. If this were any kind of like edge turning puzzle, or even like corner turning plus edge turning or plus face turning or something like that, when you couldn't be able to just turn these faces directly, it would be a whole lot harder because you would have to like position the piece and then cycle it in. But with this, you can literally just bring it up where it needs to go and pop it in place. Like, it's super simple. So yeah, definitely a fun little puzzle, a nice one to just kind of fiddle around with because the turning is so nice. There's no like, you know, sharp corners or things that poke out at you, or like overall it's just a very pleasant puzzle to just fiddle around with. One thing about this is that the corners are a bit sharp, so you know, you can kind of catch your fingers on it. It's slightly uncomfortable, but yeah, both of these puzzles are very, very cool. Very simple solves, of course. This one, of course, just being a 3x3, and this one being very simple as well. So yeah, really solid Puzzlecrate this month. I really like both of these puzzles. If you guys do want to check out Puzzlecrate, the link will be down in the description below as always. It's $30 a month and you get new puzzles sent to you every single month. Anyways, that's about it for this month's Puzzlecrate unboxing. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button, turn notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.